much, but pre more, don't it? No, man, you're not late. Greg Grant, you are not late. You are right on time because that's exactly what I'm going to start out talking about until this phone ring. And I'm asking you to give this person some room to talk. All right? Because the story here is very interesting and very shocking at that. Tonight, we're on for 1 hour. Don't know how it's going to start, don't know how it's going to end, but fix your drinks, roll up a spliff, get your sugar and water. I don't know where you're on tonight, but tune in now and the thing start. All right, so Charlie and Gail Anderson. Sad story. Do y'all remember just May 6th? We're in June, right? So just May 6th of 2018, the British charity fundraiser that was stabbed to death in Jamaica, months after starting his new life in his dream beachfront home in Jamaica. And I remember him, Mr. Delroy Walker? Right. Just around the corner, that just happened. And when I did that story, so many people said to me things like, you know, some I listen to most of them anyway, because majority of my audience understands what I'm saying. So many people said stuff like, yo, dog, you still there, make Jamaica look bad, and all these things like, yo, or I don't know if these people are in denial or just can't catch anybody to blame, so them just blame SouFlo or blame whoever else they can catch that's talking about these problems. This is serious. I bet money right now, her family is saying, well, if she just married a British bloke and stayed house in England, she would be alive today. I bet money. Those people are savages. And we tried to warn her. You see it? So see there now. Make sure that lady family been telling her for the longest, yo, them people, they are savage. Marry you a nice British bloke. Stay your ass in England. No, they're not, mom. They're not, dad. And they live. I don't care if it's how many years later. We live to prove them right. Check it. They were 74. Charlie was 74 years old, right? And his wife was 71. Gail was 71. Found in their dream retirement home in Mount Pleasant in Portland. Now, what the hell? How ironic. Mount Pleasant. Nothing pleasant not going in another story here. Ain't nothing pleasant in this story. But how ironic. They were from Manchester, England, right? Their son, they have a son together. Their son released a statement. They have children together. Their son released a statement, right, through the Foreign Office. And the statement said like this. It says, Charlie and Gail were pillars of the community in Manchester and in Jamaica. And they were hugely popular and they were loved by many. They were just beginning the next chapter of their lives, retiring to Jamaica before this terrible tragedy. We, the family, are asking for silence. We're completely devastated, and we're asking for privacy at an extremely difficult time like this. That is perfectly understandable, right? Somebody has said, watch your channel, my youth, police are pre your thing. I don't know if y'all not listening to me before I go any further. I just saw that comment on the screen. I don't know if y'all not listening to me. I get death threats from Jamaica constantly, okay? And not just from Jamaica, but from Jamaicans worldwide. Or like some people say, nowadays you're able to mix numbers and mask the numbers or mass numbers, so you don't even know where it's coming from. I get death threats on a yo, me get phone call. Yo, dog, you better keep singing name out of your blood clot mouth to the my youth. Florida, you're there, you're not easy, you're not hard to reach. These kinds of things. I get death threats on a regular basis. Yo, I bet the next time you come to Jamaica, I'm going to bust out your head back. If a Jamaica you did that, we kill you already. I get those death threats all the damn time. And I've been trying to tell my audience that for the longest. The funny thing is, When my channel had like 5,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers, I wasn't getting these kind of threats. You see, after the thing said 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, beer death threat. Yeah. So when people are like, him not go Jamaica, when last him go Jamaica, like I'm gonna publicize, yep, I just landed at the airport, Norman Manley International, watch out the place nice. I'm going over here now, I'm mother's party go get some, now go over Juicy Beef, meet me over Hero Circle, now go around this. I'm not a friggin' idiot. I see how my people are. I see how my people are. And just like Alkaline said, when them there yard, them have to load up because no fine people them don't know love. Like when you don't know, say him don't know, say no want splash out in brain. And it's over nothing. Over your own opinions, people want to kill you. But I guess I must be saying something right, because those who don't want the stories to be told will go through the lens of actually trying to erase you. But if it ain't me, somebody else is going to tell it. So anyway, back to this story right here. I just had to answer that comment real quick about mind my channel. If you do things in life out of fear, you're never going to reach your full potential of what it is you came to do. All right? I don't worry about living. That's why I make sure that I wake up every day and I actually live life. Some people just exist. Them not wake up and live life. Like Bob Marley said, some people walk through the rain and them not even feel the rain. Right? The rain fall and some people feel it. Some people don't even feel the rain. Them just get wet. You know what I'm saying? I make sure I live every day. So whatever my calling is and my full purpose is, I don't know. I'm on life's journey like everybody else. And so let it be. I'm not speaking death. A life may I talk about. More life may come if you live. So see that? Words are powerful. Now, did you know that this couple, a mixed race couple, first of all, it's very hard for a mixed race couple to make it out here, period. Because you're going to get fight from all angles. Black woman are gonna look upon the black man and say, you were a white girl. I guess that's what you choose. So you disrespecting your mom because I'm sure you come from a black woman and you don't love black woman and all this. And then the white woman over there that was black man, she gonna call race traitor. They're gonna call her all kinds. It's a fight just to exist in that kind of a unity. This couple though withstood the odds. Right now, you can't find one black woman who are going to stay with you for 55 years to blouse and skirt. Or one black man who are going to stay with a black woman 55 years. It's very rare starting out now. We look at the elders doing it. This couple that did it for 55 years, they were married for. Happily married according to their kids, to their son, for 55 years. White woman and black man. Moved from England out of their happy lives. They were happy in England, you know. They were well loved in their community, well respected in their community, well known, very popular couple. Actually, helped a lot of people. And people sing their praises. Me not just read Jamaica newspaper. Right now, what Jamaica need to understand is this right here is big news. And what this is saying about Jamaica right now on an international level is this. It's saying that Jamaica is not the place you want to go retire to, because they're definitely going to kill your ass at some point. The story goes on with this couple, and not just this couple. That's why I drew for Mr. Delroy Walker when I first started this video. The British charity fundraiser. All the man wanted was a beachfront home for all the years he had been away, shoveling snow and going through the cold and saving him money. And him saying, I'm elder age, I want to retire. All his friends spoke about it. All he ever spoke about was retiring to Jamaica one day on a nice waterfront property. And he actually was realizing his dream. And the same thing for this couple. And 55 years, and this Jamaican-born man convinced his British-born white wife, come make we go to Jamaica, retire into the sunshine, my beautiful homeland island. But never forget, my cousin said to me, cuz, you say because you left Jamaica when you did young, they don't really consider you Jamaican down here. So the big talk that we are talk about, come back, come open up business and do house and this and that. I just tell you, say, you have to have boots on the ground and connections in the community because a slap way, you're going to get slap way. You know what I'm saying? And that was an eye-opener for me. That was an eye-opener for me. Now, a lot of people out there might be saying, I like this and it's only one-off happening here and there. I am convinced that they are targeting returning residents to the island. That's who them a target now. Along with the farmers, because you know the farming thing is near and dear to me. A Clarendon I come from a farming community. Yeah? So big up the whole of our farmer them. But that's what's going on right now. And it's sad. Like, slit their throats. 70-something years old. It is sad that we have to say, when these people look at us, they're savages. And tell their daughters, don't go with them to Jamaica. No, stay in England. And you over there cuss out the people I'm talk about. I tell move and go. We're better than that. And then instances like these happen. Can you leave in the comment section here if you think this lady would still be alive today had she not chosen her or followed her heart and married this Jamaican-born man whose dream was to retire to his land of his birth? You think she would still be alive today if she was still in Manchester? At 71 years old, who the Ross one get there, build your dream home, and then get your neck slit, and then get burnt? Them set them afire. And that ain't even the worst part, man. It's so bad. Thank you. She would still be alive. And it's sad. And we have to look at that reality. We can't deny it. The lady would still be alive to friggin' there. The brother, if he had stayed in England and is Jamaica and born and raised, and left and come back now and say, yeah, me I go do something for my people them now. Isn't it shameful to say if I had stayed in a foreign land, I would have still been alive and probably lived out his old days, lived out his life to really old age? Because them have good health care in England and all these things. But he wanted to come home, and home wasn't welcoming for him. They had other names. They were also known as Florence and Halford. So in England, in their community, they called them Florence and Halford. It wasn't Charlie and Gail, right? So they had other names. They had been building, listen, they had been building their dream home in Jamaica. So they were going back and forth between England and Jamaica for a number of years. People wicked enough. People think you just go foreign and one bag of money just drop in your lap. So the brother that go foreign go suffer and sacrifice. And all along, he never forgot Jamaica. What do they want us to do in Jamaica? They want us to forget Jamaica when we come a foreign? Them want the Jamaican citizens them forget Jamaica or what? I thought that was the goal. I thought, am I mistaken? Somebody talk to me, down there. Am I mistaken? I thought that was the goal. I thought the goal was when you fly out, never forget where you come from. Keep it right here, so, and at the forefront of your mind. And see your money. And go back home and build up the place. And uplift your people and your community. I thought that was the goal. No matter how long it take you. So why are they killing off the people that are coming back? And check it, they're not killing off the people that are coming back and doing nothing. They're killing off the people that are actually coming back and contributing. Is this, yo, I'm a person that like to think outside the box, so I'm starting to think this is a sinister plot that's way bigger than we're seeing. Am I correct? Is this a sinister plot that's way bigger than I'm seeing? Effective instance, correct. I'm starting to think that. I'm starting to think this ain't no small scale nothing. It might be some boogayaga small scale people that's easily disposable, that's used to carry out those. And after that, them dash with them too. But I'm starting to think that this is way bigger than I'm seeing. I think there's land grabbing going on in Jamaica. Scare away the people who can come back and really build up the place and then sell off what the land left. Like, look at that attorney. She even robbed Movado. But what was her vice? What was her thing that she was doing? Huh? Masad or whatever her name is. Her thing was what? She would drive around and look at properties that had been there for how long and nobody no touch it. Then she would go do her research. And she would find out that them people here haven't been back in Jamaica in however long. She would find out that some of them dead. He died in England. He died in the US. And him own all that that's up. And him not have no kids. No, well, nobody came forward with a will saying this is ours, left to us by our write up some paper upon that and sell it. Did y'all see how much money she made? So I'm starting to really think that this is something that is deeper than just what is being splashed out on news headline. British couple killed in Jamaica again at their dream home. Did you know that? Okay, they had been building their home. They were flying back and forth between England. I can't help to think how sad, because people were already watching them. Yeah, man, a regular them fly out and fly in. Them have money. All the people they're trying to build their home. They have to come back to see how the thing are going to supervise it, make sure it's to their liking. It's your dream home. We don't know nobody will live past 120, right? So when you hit an age like 70 in life, when you hit an age like 70 in life, you're counting down. So you want to do the best you can for yourself. I'm starting to check everything off my list now. Skydiving, yeah. Diving at that girl there, yeah. Send out the, yeah. Everything. They were trying to do everything on their list. Okay, their dream home in Jamaica was a part of it. They had only been in Jamaica for roughly 12 months, people. 12 months, And guess what? The other brother, Charlie, Delroy Walker, that they killed a few months ago, guess how long he had been in Jamaica too? Officially retired to Jamaica. Less than a year. Killed the man. This couple right here, their son said roughly 12 months. So that's the stigma that's attached to Jamaica right now. Yeah, you could go retire to your beachfront property there, build it. You'll get about a good year. After that, they're going to kill your ass. Man, I'm so disgusted. And did you know, check it out, did you know that they had fallen victim to credit card scam, credit card fraud while they were in Jamaica? And they returned to the UK for whatever reason it was. That credit card scam, the credit card fraud probably messed up their finances. Enough people think when you come Jamaica, you come retire because you're rich and wealthy. People don't know, so you probably collect a little pension, and the pension just stretch out so thin, it goes to paying all the bills, because you can no longer work your 9 to 5. It goes to paying all the bills, property taxes, this, that, and the other, and you have a little bit left, right? But they were victims of credit card frauds in Jamaica, and they flew out, went back to the UK, and friggin' came back to Jamaica and reported the whole credit card fraud thing to the police. And shortly after they reported it, they were killed. So what? We're going to scam you. We're going to extort you. We're going to run fraud upon you. We're going to thief from you. But you better keep your mouth shut. And as soon as you open your mouth, dead, you're dead. Someone says, oh boy, that's sad. You know what I would suggest? Every month and or so often, the Prime Minister could address the nation about crime. That not gonna do nothing. I'm sorry. I hate to be the one that shoots down. That ain't gonna do nothing. That ain't gonna do nothing. Them not, right now, whoever is doing all this, them deaf. to Prime Minister talk. And Prime Minister himself know that. Prime Minister might as well get drunk, burn a big spliff and go out there and just say anything he wants to, because right now they not hearing nothing from nobody. It's a different, oh man, I don't know how to say it. They were found dead shortly after reporting the credit card fraud to the police. And you know Jamaica full of a corrupted police. I wonder if one of them police that go pinch one of them party and say, yo, them come report, you know. So big investigation I go start now. Dash them way. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Don't act like police not in a bad man pocket, crook pocket in Jamaica. Oh man. People say, this is the sad part, because this is what it was with the fundraiser guy, Delroy Walker, from, and people, if y'all saw the house that the man built, it's something to make us proud. It's something to make us aspire to be, to do like. You know what I'm saying? You know, say I'm living here in the US, and one day I'll never forget, I was going to school, I was at university, and this Black American girl, I said to her, you ever been to Jamaica? And she was like, no, I don't have no interest to go. Like, do y'all even have electricity or like cars? And in my mind, I'm like, this bitch, like, what the, hey, girl. But that's how people still see us. So to want to be a part of the crowd that shows the world that, yo, we have opulence, we have exquisiteness. You see what I say? We have beautiful things. We don't have to leech off of your things. We come get some money out of your place, cause the thief so much out of ours, but we are go back home and build up a thing. You're robbed of that opportunity by the very people that you're trying to uplift. So, just like the same charity brother, you know what his dream was? To go back to Jamaica and help underprivileged youths. Same thing for this couple. When they ask about them in the community which they come from or which they retired to, Mount Pleasant. The people say this. They had given so much to the community, they never said no to anyone around here. They never said no to anyone. Hear this. And I want you to tell me how many people you know do stuff like this. Watch this. This is people from the community talking. They had given so much to the community, they never said no to anyone around here. That might have been their downfall. They pop barrels when they come in for the whole community. Shoes, clothes, wait there, tablets, food items, school items, over-the-counter medicine and all these things. All right, you see this right here? This might be that Buju call, so stay tuned. Hold on there. I think the person hung up. Yeah, they hung up. Let's see if they call back. Caller, if you're watching and you're who I spoke to earlier, please call back. I'm ready to receive your call because I want the audience to hear this story. All right? I don't really want to touch upon the budget thing yet until this lady speak out about certain things. Yes, Kelly's UK. All right, Sita. Hey, caller.
Hi, good night. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good, you know.
All right, I have you live on the air now.
Yes. In regards to Sebastian Paul Hutchinson.
Say the name for us again one more time.
Paul Sebastian Hutchinson.
Paul Sebastian Hutchinson.
Yes. he was that entertainer that was murdered at the peak of his career in Kingston, Jamaica, June 22nd, 1980. I'm sorry, I'm going 1980. 2015.
2015.
Yes.
Okay.
What happened is this young man who I knew very well, was very close to, he was an entertainer, and they have this event in Jamaica called White River Bash or some White River thing. And he went there to perform, and apparently Buju was there to perform as well.
And we're talking about Buju. We're talking about Buju Banton.
Yes, we're talking about Buju Banton.
All right.
And it's a very popular event, and it has been going on from that time until now.
Right.
And what happened while he was there, there's a gentleman that looks after Buju Place called African, who is from Africa but was in Jamaica and had some kind of immigration problems and whatever, but he somehow found Buju and he stayed there. So it is said that the young man approached Paul and said something to him about Buju. Paul's response was he didn't want to hear about Buju because Buju treated his animals better than how he treated humans.
Mm.
And it is said that when the young man said this to Paul, he had apparently dialed Buju's number. So Buju heard Paul pass the remark, and Buju came around from, I guess, the dressing room or wherever he was, with his bodyguard, who at the time was Gilly Priest and Gilly Priest's son. This young man, the son, was a noted murder for hire person. He was one of the people who started charging $5,000 to quote unquote make a dumpy. She's alive. Anyway, Buju came around with the two of them and proceeded to attack Paul and punched him in his mouth, and he retaliated and punched back Gilly Priest.
So he punched Gilly Priest, not Buju.
No, because Buju gave him the one hit and step aside because his cronies would finish the job.
Okay.
However, this was in the midst of these other entertainers, and everybody got all riled up about it. And if you look back if you find that show, you can actually verify this. You can find that show, that White River Bash, that was held 2015. It had to be spring 2015, and you can see the lineup because all the artists that were there knew about this particular incident. It's not a secret.
Right.
Because they walked away talking about it. And some of them actually intervened and said, Buju, this is an artist entertainer versus entertainer thing. It's not right for you to have gunmen coming in this thing. Anyway, it so happened that one entertainer threw Paul a knife and said, defend yourself, because clearly they come to beat you up and kill you. And others kind of got involved and said, no, kill it, dead it, this can't happen. So everybody said, all right, it's dead, done, it's over with. And Sebastian walked away from that. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he even drove back to Kingston with them tonight. I am not sure. However, the incident was far from over. And he was uncomfortable. I don't know if he heard something that made him feel uncomfortable, but he spoke about it. And he actually feared for his life. So fast forward about 2 months after, he started doing engagements at Backyard, which is situated on Compton Spring Road above Dunlopin Avenue.
Okay, pause for a second for me. A lot of the people are coming in and are saying that you said 2015 when Buju was already in jail in 2015, which we know Buju was in jail in 2015. So can you clarify what year?
I'm sorry. 05. I'm sorry.
Right. And a lot of us caught that it was 05 and you slipped and said 2015. But for those who are still saying it, they weren't clear. So we're making it clear for them. All right, continue for me, please.
Okay, this was June 22nd, 05. So it happens now that fast forward 2 months after Sebastian went to Backyard and performed this first, he did a birthday party, I think it was. This young lady had cancer. She was expected to die. And they did a little surprise party for her. He went there to perform. And then he went to Backyard and he performed. And after the show, he decided to walk down to Dunlopin Avenue. On his way down there, it is alleged that Gilly Priest and his son drove up. And the speculation is that maybe they forced him in the car with a gun, or they just offered him a ride. No one is sure what happened the night, why Sebastian got in the car with Gilly Priest and his son. And it so happened that the car proceeded down Dunlopin Avenue to Washington Boulevard. On reaching near the overhead bridge there, they told Sebastian that they were going to kill him and throw him by Cremon. And he at that point decided to stop it right there, end it right there. No, they had a major to do in the car, and he fought for his life and he jumped out the car. But prior to him jumping out the car, they held him close and shot him through his voice box. He ran from the car continued down Washington Boulevard, and he was trying to get help, but nobody opened the door, and he fell somewhere there and he died. Now, I know some of his family members, and they were talking to me about it. It so happened that his sister couldn't find him, so she went into Kingston. Still didn't find him, and said when she got back from Kingston, she got a phone call saying that Sebastian was dead.
Right.
Because somebody had seen his passport. The police officers were showing his passport, I guess, trying to find out who this person was. So she had to go there and identify the passport, hence the whole morgue thing and all of that. When she went to the morgue, it was noted that Sebastian was not wearing shoes. But because of embarrassment, she didn't want to relay the conditions under which she saw her brother.
Right.
So she didn't say anything. And of course, there was this great big whodunit because nobody knew anything. And all of that. The little she knew was that Sebastian feared for his life because he felt Buju was going to get him, and he felt these guys were going to kill him. That's why she pondered, was he...
So he was telling that Buju was going to get him, right? And nobody believed him.
Nobody believed him. They thought it was, whatever. Anyway, it so happened that they were, clueless as to what happened, and this investigation is supposed to be going on. And then a couple of days after, somebody met her and told her, described the condition that her brother was in the morgue, laid without shoes, because these guys were walking around and saying, yes, they had a job to do, they were commissioned to get a job, they did the job, and they didn't realize the kid was so strong because he fought his shoes off in their car. So,
so they were bragging about it throughout the neighborhood and telling intricate details about the murder, right?
Yes. And so the family was basically able to put two and two together because they kind of started doing their own personal investigations. And one of the things one of them said was that they tried to tie him with the rope. And he was so strong they couldn't tie him with a rope. So when she heard that, she ran to the morgue and looked on his arm, and sure enough, the long rope burn was on his arm.
And he was without shoes when they, as well.
And he was without shoes.
Wow.
Anyway, she returned to New York because she had moved home to Jamaica with her family. And after that incident, she could not handle Jamaica, so she returned to New York. When she returned to New York in December, Gillipre's son was murdered. Nobody knows what happened. Shortly after that, Gillipree himself was murdered. And rumors were that possibly the other person from the equation, their life was in danger as well. So they fled to South Florida.
That would be Buju.
Exactly.
It was around that time that Buju fled to South Florida and started living there, actually.
Exactly. Only to get caught up in this big hoax scandal that would ultimately land him in prison.
Right. Wow. Now, it's funny because a lot of people are saying stuff like Buju Banton is just this angel. Well, none of us are angels, but Buju has built this big following, and a lot of people are going to be very doubtful of stories like this. But I personally think this story needed to be told. I personally think this does. And watching Buju, there's a part to the story that I've heard before where they talk about Buju smoking seasoned spliff.
Well, what happened is, like I said, I know the family very well.
Right, and how it ties into this particular case right here.
And I will share something with you. Buju did smoke seasoned spliff because he sat with Paul one day and he gave Paul a spliff to light, and it was a seasoned spliff, and Paul went crazy.
Let them know that Paul was a Rasta man, right?
Paul was an article Rasta youth.
So when Buju give him that seasoned spliff, they would say, mad out the man.
And he went crazy. And his sister supported him right through that time when he was not well. And all he kept saying to her was that he lit a spliff for Buju. And Buju treated him badly because there was a lot of resentment because he told people. Not that they didn't know, because I guess carries a particular smell.
Right.
He told people that Buju smokes keep the split. But everybody has this thing that Buju is this pure article Rastaman who don't do stuff like that. Which is not true. Because the youth going crazy was enough. And all he did was pull the script to life. He said he had to give it to him and walk away from there. But he did, and it took him years to get this thing back together. And he came out. He had originally done Mr. Public Speaker. This is somebody that was very close to Buju. He loved Buju like a brother.
Right.
And we have heard crazy incidents where another entertainer saw Buju take a chair and hit this guy.
Right.
Because he stood up to him and he spoke to him. He let it be known, listen, Rastaman don't do certain things.
Now I'm sure my audience are asking, so what is the motive behind this? Why would Buju just be any part of this, any ill will towards this person?
The reasons are, it is said that the young man did some music for somebody overseas, and he did the transaction was done through Gargamel. And the check came for the brother through Gargamel. And he decided that he was not going to give the guy the money because, first of all, it looked like him crazy and he don't have it together, so he don't have any use for the money.
So this brother was writing music for Buju possibly then?
Yes.
And got some royalty check that came in.
At one point, the sister knew that he was involved in writing his music because of some terms that she heard, the family heard, that came out in the Till Shiloh album. Chief no love to see Chief walk with long bag.
Yes.
That is something that he said
Till I'm laid to rest.
Yes,
that song there.
Because he grew with his grandparents, and then because his father was dead and his mother was dead, they wanted to bring him to America. And he wasn't coming to America because he was not going to earn a nickel and have to spend a dime. And it's ironic that
spending
phrase
the
again
while earning the nickel
appeared in the music.
And
I do recall when they came to New York, and I was around them at the time, and his sister was talking to him about the whole coming to America thing. And he had nothing but accolades because Buju is the person who bought him the visa to go to America, and he was so loyal to him.
Right.
And pardon me?
Yeah, that right there is what got me, because I'm saying to myself, if somebody would actually get me a visa to go to America, then it would be hard for other people to believe that this could be someone that's involved in my demise.
But then what happened is when they had the big performance at Steeplechase Park and Buju did his set, it is said that when Sebastian got the mic to perform, which is what happened every time Sebastian would try to perform after that, the thing mash up, and Steeple Park, that incident at Steeplechase Park changed and altered the whole thing with the New York stage show in a park situation, because after that it was ruled that another stage show would never be done like that in Steeplechase Park.
Right.
And there have been many other incidents locally in Jamaica where Sebastian would take the mic to perform and the event would just shoot up.
Gunshot would start busting.
Yes, and everybody was teasing Sebastian and saying, why every time you take a mic to perform, Mr. Public Speaker, it's like shot fire. Like nobody's not supposed to know your music. Go figure. No, this is a family I'm very close to. And I've watched his family members wallow and really, really mourn this youth passing, because it's like, you know, this is a talented young man.
Right.
And his music literally died within him. Why?
This story had me stunned. I'm literally stunned. And you know what's funny too? I don't know if I should be reading the comment section at the same time, but I am, because I give respect to the people that tune in. But I can see where people are saying they don't believe it and they'll never believe it, or Buju go come tell them that themselves. I don't know how much of that makes sense, that someone will come and tell you that themselves, which we know would never happen. All I want is for this story to have been told, because like I told my audience before, I did a bit of vetting of this story before I even allowed you to come on this platform and say what you know, right? And we're going to leave it at that and let the audience do with it what they may, but it is out there for everyone to hear.
You know, I think the family would love to know that people really know. And the sad thing about it is a lot of people within the music fraternity know about it. And it stays within the music fraternity, because these artists, they do so many things. And, you know, they are treated like demigods, like the politicians in Jamaica. And I think strongly that's why Jamaica is where it is today, because everybody's in denial.
Right.
Nobody is accepting
that's very true.
And taking
that's very absolutely true.
Taking responsibility for their actions, because everything, somebody has to have a motive. You know something? The motive that some people have is pure grief. And sadness from losing a loved one.
Yes.
Who never deserved to go like that.
And I know for a fact, if it was mine, I would at least want that story to be told and others to know. I wouldn't want my brother to just go in silence, or my sister to just go in silence and I just sit around, or a friend to just go in silence. So, yeah.
You know, but I hope one day that the truth will come out.
Definitely.
Come out in the sense that anybody that's behind it will be held liable.
Right.
Not only the ones who actually pull the trigger,
but who call the shots too.
But the ones who call the shots.
Yes. Yeah.
And on that note, have a good evening.
Thank you so much for calling in, yeah, because I had the audience set up ready to hear the story, and you called in time. So I didn't sit here looking like I was just making stuff up. And I thank you again, and we're going to talk more about it.
You're welcome.
All right?
Yeah, man.
Blessings.
Yeah, man. Have a good one. Blessed love.
Wow. The one that lay heavy upon me, because I'm a big Buju Banton fan. Like, if y'all don't know it, I did Rasta Liberty to an extreme, some would say, for 7 straight years. I actually believe in the whole 7 thing. 7, the number of completion. Every 7 years, your life changed drastically, or 7 is the number. So for 7 years, I decided to go under, right? And I changed everything. And I lived a certain way for 7 years. And Buju was like my guiding light. I was a teen going into, and I used to there dance, beat up speaker box and them Lego the Buju them, and it was like my guiding light. So to hear anything outside of righteousness when Buju Banton's name is mentioned, I'm one of the people that take it very hard, right? Now, what I must say is this. I have learned now, as humans, if you are about growth and development, if you are about seeking truth, then you will say one thing one year, and next year when they catch you might be saying something else, right? Now, our people are programmed to be like, you sell out and you jump ship and you switch team, and it's people growing. It's people discovering truth. If you sided with something before and then you found contradictory proof, not saying that this story right here is proof, I'm just saying in general, to what you thought before, you're going to switch your opinions off that you held before. You know what I'm saying? So we just have grow and I live life out here and seeking truth. And when stuff like this go out there into the atmosphere, then we want to know what is what. Yeah? We want to know truth. We want to know truth. That one here strike me hard. Very hard. Now, the whole basis of this whole story, people are saying, yo, Buju soon come home. So that's the reason why people are talking about it. What better time to talk about it? Now, let's be real and honest. What better time to talk about it? I'm not saying Buju did it. I'm saying, though, if I was that kind of person, if my brother, if I believe that, say, Buju Banton had anything to do with my brother's death, him call the shot, he was there and thump him in the mouth, tell the bodyguard next to him for dash him away. If I was there, if I've seen it, if I know it, okay, he did like almost a decade or a decade in prison. What good would it be me talking to the people about that now? I would champion that cause at the opportune time, which would be right when he's about to come out again. No, don't it? So people are grieving and people believe what they believe and they say they have their proof. I lend the platform for people to speak and let everybody's truth be heard. My truth is not your truth, right? So that's what it is. And I understand that there are fans and then there are fanatics. Like, my artist can't do no wrong. I don't care what you tell me. Say, I don't care if you caught him with his head in the coke bag and him whole face white and he's inhaling while you're standing there. Nope, he didn't do it. It wasn't him. Free Buju Banton. That's how fanatics are. Some people say I'm that way about Vybz Kartel, which I'm not. I'm not. And I literally have to take a step back because I haven't said anything solid about any other artist since. This channel started out very small, right? Just a youth on the YouTube, but live my life at the same time. And then I started talking to people. And then I go places and I talk to more people. And then as the channel growing, people see the platform, more people contact me. And then I got to talk to these people. I don't have to tell you who I text on my phone and who we talk back and forth. I talk to industry insiders. Okay? So me vet out the story before me make the story come a road. And we even talked before letting the story come a road that, yo, even the person giving the story a platform could be in danger. But if you're going to be scared to do what you came here to do, then that ain't what you came to do. So let the story go a road, and I want my audience to just deal with it because you heard it here. And your opinions, the feed is live tonight. And believe me, when we're done here, we have 3 minutes left in this video, and then we're done for tonight. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to read everybody's comment that was left on here. And there are literally hundreds of comments on here. So I'm going to read everybody's comment. No disrespect to nobody. Big up to everybody that tuned in. It's rough. And like I said before in the beginning of the video, because somebody said, be careful in a dog car, police are pre your channel. I live my life in such a way, man, that I'm straight on every angle. I dot all my I's, cross all my T's. And at the same time, I'm telling y'all, I get a lot of death threats, and I'm not speaking death. The little youth Extentation that just passed away, you know, so I have Jamaican roots because I know his dad's Jamaican, but they're saying his dad and his mom is Jamaican, right? That's one of ours. But he passed away recently, and they must say a random robbery. But then it could have been something else set up to look like that, and all these other things. All right. He spoke heavily about that. And I'm going to close this video out by talking about us speaking things into existence. So you get up every day and you talk about death. You get up every day and you talk about gun this and gun that and splash out marrow and walk with me 16 from me at 16 and all these things. Big up my father, you know. But I'm just saying, Capleton said long ago, and I remember me live my Rasta liberty for 7 solid years. I think I've just evolved into universal knowledge, right? Capleton said, remember, word is powerful. Word, take on, after the word, leave the mouth and go out there into the universe. It take on to itself flesh and create life. So don't be surprised when you see people speak certain things and then it come to fruition in their life, right? Although I counteract that and I say stuff like, well, Bob Marley sing about nothing but love and peace and harmony and it's going to be all right and uplifting tunes and all that. And Bob Marley pick up gunshot to his flesh